Okay, so I really hope you can hear me. I got my fan going because my air conditioning is not working right now. So I wanted to talk about, sorry if I'm not natural on camera. It's never been my thing. It's kind of overstimulating to me. I'm not sure if I have a mild case of autism or what, but I keep saying a lot, but I was about to say it again. Yeah, I wanted to talk about my phases and the sort of identity crisis that I've been going through lately with regards to my channel and the content that I create, the niche that I'm trying to achieve, any future niches that I might delve into or experiment with, and my aesthetic. I think I already said that. I can't remember. But yeah. So I've been through a lot of phases in my life. I've been through like the baggy kind of clothes, tomboyish kind of style that Billie Eilish is famous for when I was really little. And I've been the bougie kind of girly kind of Forever 21, Torrid, what else is another one? Shein, I think is what it's called. It's really after She Inside, but they call it Shein or Sheen. Yeah, I was that kind of girly, and my mom says I always liked dresses, but I remember a time when I wanted to really be a tomboy. But then, there were these certain dreams that I had that I never really put much effort into, like going to college, which turned out to be a good thing. Sometimes me failing at things always tends to work out for some reason. Like I didn't do something or I procrastinated and it turns out that was actually a good thing. But, lucky me. But, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Like if I wait too long and they have a, kind of window where certain things are allowed, and then after a certain time period, you don't get that chance anymore. Those sorts of things I'm not so lucky with when I procrastinate and don't follow through with my dreams or aspirations. But I've also been through the girl blogger kind of like Kitty Marrow phase, or the Tumblr girl phase. Aesthetics wise. And I've also been through now what I call the spooky but cute kind of phase that I'm going through during this summerween. Because my room, as much as I wanted it to look whimsigoth, I took inspiration from Sabrina the Teenage Witch's room and Monica's apartment in the Friends series of the 90s. It's supposed to look 90s whimsigoth, is basically what I'm getting at, which is why there is a mirror right there that I got from the Dark North curio online. She sells a bunch of, I'm not sure if it's a he or she, but they sell a bunch of antiques online, and they're unique antiques, of course, because all antiques are unique. but But yeah, I just saw that and I had to have it. I didn't care. Like, I just had to have it. Like, it's, my inner child is screaming for it. And my psychic always told me, the one that awakened me to the occult and the more spiritual side of me, she always told me to get my inner child whatever it wants, because it didn't have a very happy childhood, and it's very strong in me, my inner child, which obviously you can tell by looking at my room, or, you know, my kind of aesthetics. But yeah, so anyway, I've been through a lot of phases, not just with aesthetics, but with religion and spirituality. I went through, first of all, I was born an agnostic, or an atheist, whichever one you prefer, because, like, I think they both mean the same thing, where I didn't believe in anything, is basically what it meant. And, like, I thought believing in angels and Christians doing their sort of rituals during church service, like the one where you take a piece of bread and some juice as his blood and flesh. I thought that was so weird when I was little. I was just a little girl, around in elementary school, I think it was, when I was agnostic. I thought those things were so silly. And then I thought, like, wait, these preachers are actually speaking to me. Like, they're speaking through me, not through me, but they're speaking to me through God, is what I thought at the time. But, it turns out, like, they're just the same as, psychics who, say, oh, you're a chosen one. They think everyone is a chosen one, really, basically, if you look into those, tarot communities on YouTube, those pick a card communities, which I caught on to a little bit late, but, yeah, but that opened a gate for me, because I really felt something, unlike with my Christian phase. I was a die-hard extremist. Like, I was a fundamentalist. Very cringe, I know. It's something I'm ashamed of about my troubled youth or whatever. My dark past. I used to be homophobic. I wasn't originally. Originally, when I was agnostic, I was like, love who you love. Love is love. Like, I don't care. But when I turned Christian, that changed. I'm like, well, they're all preaching like this and that, and I am being spoon-fed this information, and I really want to please God, you know? I don't know what the hell I'm saying, and I'm full of crap, but, like, I want to do what everyone else is doing in the Christian world, and I was so naive. I was kind of naive with the psychic witchy phase of mine, too, because I found out that psychics preach the same thing, that they're chosen ones, and star seeds, and, like, I'm still kind of new age today, but I follow the teachings of Bashar and Dolores Cannon and aliens, basically. I know that's a little bit out there and a little bit woo-hoo. It's still woo-hoo like the psychics, but, you know, it's where I'm at right now, along my journey as to finding myself. Now, they say not all aliens are good, but, I mean, they gotta be better even with their bad ones than us humans. I don't know. Because they know more stuff. They aren't so as, you know, because when we come here to Earth, supposedly what the aliens tell us is that we forget who we are from Source. We're originally from Source energy, God energy. God is an energy, and we come from that, and we are God ourselves. And I believe all that. I believe in the inner God self, and finding your higher, truest potential self, your higher self, or what Dolores calls the subconscious, and that's where I'm at right now with my phases. And the reason why I'm having a bit of an identity crisis right now is because this is not my true aesthetic. I just fell into it when I started my YouTube channel, and when I bought all this stuff that I thought was like kind of ethereal and whimsigoth, but put it all together, it just looks kind of girly and bougie. But yeah, I saw these sheets at Ross one time when I was helping a friend, and they bought it for me, and now everyone wonders if I like pink because of these sheets and a pillow set, obviously. But yeah, so pink is not my favorite color, but it is starting to be. When I was a little girl in Texas, I was around 5, 6, 7 years old, and I was diehard for pink and the name Rose. I wanted to be called Rose so bad. I was super girly. Then in elementary school, I was more tomboyish, like Billie Eilish is now. But then I got into bougie princess stuff because, like, I wanted to be a princess. My inner child was like screaming, like, I want to be a princess. I want to be an ethereal, spooky, cryptid kind of forest magical talking to animals like the Disney princesses, but in a like kind of cryptid, spooky way. Like Kitty Omero is. I didn't even know that was an aesthetic someone had already dreamed up, but I don't know, maybe she's me in another life. Maybe we're partners in the same soul or whatever. But how Bashar says it, sometimes timelines overlap, and you might be witnessing your other half of part of your soul in another YouTuber or something. I'm like, that is my aesthetic, exactly how I feel inside. So that's my princess, ethereal, kind of like spooky kind of vibe that I have on the inside. But right now I just look like spooky, cute, Halloween-y kind of aesthetics, which is why I'm having an identity crisis. Inside, I'm more Kitty Marrow, kind of girl blogger, kind of Y2K, nostalgic. He's saying, I can't help it. You know, aesthetics and vibes, and that's what's in my soul. But, yeah, so I'm going through a bit of an identity crisis because that's what my channel is known for. It's what it grew into. Unintentionally. I just went with it to make it look aesthetic. But I'm kind of liking it. It's giving 90s Nickelodeon or 90s Disney vibes, or 2000s and Nickelodeon and Disney vibes. Which I know is a dark time for those actors, but it's what I grew up with, and the aesthetic at least holds a special place in my heart. Which I know some of those aesthetics, like the footprint, had a dark meaning behind it, but I didn't know that at the time. So yeah, but you know, Nickelodeon's footprint with the slime and everything, yeah, that's dark stuff. But that's what it's giving on my channel lately. And I'm trying to just roll with the punches, but sometimes when I try to roll with the punches like that, just kind of make it work with what I got, you know? I become someone different, like with the aesthetics. My personality goes with the aesthetics. My heart goes with the aesthetics. I'm a very aesthetic-oriented person. Which I know some say, like, they prefer the, you know, normal kind of non-aesthetic, trend is trending right now. I don't know how to say it. But, yeah, some people prefer just a, you know, video like this that's unaesthetic. Because it's kind of overdone. And they miss the, real normal and raw kind of stuff that creators first grew up with on YouTube, or people first grew up with. You know, the kind of creators that they grew up with when they were little. I don't know how to say it. But hopefully you get what I mean. So yeah, I'm kind of going through an identity crisis, because on the inside I feel one way, and we're kind of low on funds. I don't want to beg for handouts, but it's kind of where I'm at. Like, it is what it is. You have to sometimes beg and panhandle like the homeless people do. I mean, it's degrading. To me it is, anyway. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not, there's no shame to it. But I feel shame. Going on the internet and stuff where I'm not comfortable and I'm unnatural on camera and just being vulnerable like that. It's it makes me feel small. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out my aesthetics for my channel. I hope they don't put me in a box, like my audience doesn't put me in a box or something, like however you say it, saying that I have to stay with this aesthetic because it's where I'm from, but where my channel started. But hopefully it won't be forever. Like, my true aesthetic is like I said, girl blogger, kitty Meryl kind of stuff. But like, I just feel like it's a miss in my heart when I look around and I look at my channel. Like, I'm trying to put more aspects of me into it, but it don't feel right. It doesn't sit well in my soul. Which I think is how, I mean, you know, I try to sometimes put myself in other people's shoes and try to understand from their viewpoint. I have a little bit of experience in the transgender world, personally, because, again, I'm not sure if you saw the video, but there was once a time in high school where people thought I was a hermaphrodite. And in that day and age, at that time, I was fundamentalist, extremist kind of Christian, and I didn't believe in such things. And I thought, how could you do that? Like, I want to be a girl so bad. I don't know what I am, because I didn't look at the sex ed videos. I was too afraid, too shy, and because of my OCD, my staring OCD, so I looked away from the screen because I was too self-conscious. And so I grew up not knowing what we looked like down there. And like, they said I was a girl. My birth certificate said I was a girl. I knew in my heart that I was a girl, but like, for some reason that OCD that makes you forget normal things like how to breathe, and like with somatic OCD almost, that makes you forget certain things, like false memory. Yeah, so I didn't know what I was, and I was hoping I wasn't a man. So as crazy as that sounds, I know that sounds crazy and doesn't make a lot of sense. It's irrational. I know that. But that's where I was, and I was so desperate for God to just tell me what I was, and I would cry about it and pray about it. And I would break down that I'd have to go to the psych ward. I can laugh at it now, but at the time it was very all too real, just all too real. It was a nightmare. But yeah, and on top of that, I learned that I had a spirit attachment of some sort. It could be an entity, it could be a spirit attachment, or even from a past life, or even from my high school. I'm not sure what it is, because a lot of the symptoms I'm having do not align with Rachel Stavis's description of a wraith, or what is commonly known as a incubus or succubus. Um, an incubus is a male entity that haunts a female host, and a succubus is a female entity that haunts a male host. So that's how it goes. And I think Tana Mojo she did a story time of her haunting, and I think she has one of those. But for her, I think it's a succubus, strangely. Because usually you get stuck with a male if you're a woman. The incubus is a male. And I think she has a succubus, or else it's just a regular spirit attachment. I don't know what it is, but she keeps saying she's haunted by something that is female, and that doesn't kind of go with Rachel Stavis's, her teachings, or whatever they're called. I don't know what she says about the demons that she sees. Now Bashar, on the other hand, says there are no demons as we know them, but there are negative entities. So I'm still learning that. I'm still learning what he means by all that, because his stuff on YouTube is kind of cut up and chopped up, and you have to siphon through all these questions from these random questions from his audience, and find what you're looking for in all those mess of questions and answers. So it's very tough for me. I've even typed it into Chat GPT, like, what does Bashar say on such and such, and they'll give me a rundown, but it doesn't give me any links, so I can't look it up myself. So but yeah, lately the incubus that I'm dealing with has been very active. He's been talking gibberish, this demonic gibberish. I don't know what it is, if it's a language or what, but I speak it, and I know it's not me speaking, and it's in a different voice. And he's been R-wording me, which doesn't hurt, and sometimes, that thing that happens when people get R-worded, that they don't like it, but but whatever. TMI. I know. But I don't know why I did air quotes. TMI, but yeah, sometimes that happens, and I just feel like it's important to talk about sometimes, because other people could be going through this. And Rachel Stavis does not mention anything about that kind of stuff in her book, so I'm surprised. Because when I first read it, I had to stop because I was getting too scared. My OCD was flaring up and I was getting triggered. It became too scary for me to read, and out of compulsion, I stopped reading it. I'm okay now because I'm over some of those triggers, but it's fragile. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but how long is this? Oh my god, I've been talking for 23 minutes. Just been rambling. Oh my god. But yeah, I wanted to make this because I feel like I have an identity crisis, and I wanted to update you a bit about the incubus and get the word out about these things that happen to people sometimes. I think mine prefers to be hidden. It did not like it when I found out about it. It started screaming. It did not like when I found out about it. I found out about it through cord cutting. Leaving that a little bit too much. Through cord cutting, and it just started screaming, and I thought it was from a past life. Was I tapping into a past life? Is that what the screaming is? Like, I'll comfort you. And I tried to comfort my past life, not knowing it was an incubus at the time. And from there, just spiraled out of control. I started screaming. The cops got called on me. They're like, "Is everything okay in here? Like, we hear screaming." I could not stop screaming. It wasn't me doing it. And at times when I would cuss it out or use holy water, because I didn't know what else to do. I wasn't Christian, but at the time this happened. But I was like, okay, let me try to use holy water. It would try to convulse and scream as I was making the holy water. So, but yeah, then I found Rachel Stavis, and I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Because I'll remember stuff back from my childhood. Apparently, it was hiding, and I didn't know it was hiding as a imaginary boyfriend, and it was kind of like doing stuff to me. I didn't know that. I thought it was just me doing that stuff. But yeah. So it likes to stay hidden because, like, ever since my roommate left, it's been more active. And when people are around, I notice it sometimes gets more hushy-hush. Like, if I'm out in public and it's speaking gibberish, I'll speak gibberish in the times when no one's looking or when no one's paying attention. Like, people will be around, but I'll say it in a hushed manner. But yeah. So that's all I wanted to talk about. You know, these important topics about the identity crisis, to showcase my authenticity and try to connect with you guys, and also to spread awareness of these entities that I'm dealing with in case someone else is dealing with them. So okay, so I'm here editing, and I realized I forgot to mention the niches that I might be experimenting with in the future on a different channel. I'm thinking that since it's so overstimulating to talk to the camera and vlog, that I might try something easier like shopping. Like where you go around and say, oh, they're having this at this store and this is how much it is and stuff like that. I think that might be less overstimulating, and I gotta make money somehow if I'm not gonna get my benefits reinstated, my disability benefits. And just having a part-time job is something that I've always wanted to do because, you know, I thought I needed to be a contributing member of society and, you know, work. Like, that's what we're all told when we're little. And I'm finding out that I'm not really good at anything because of my disability, so we'll see if it works out. But yeah, and also I wanted to quickly mention that the Incubus, I found out, makes me smile sometimes. I don't know if that's a thing with other people, but with me, I guess spirit attachments are always different, but they do these odd things. But yeah, I think with every spirit attachment and with every entity, it's going to be different for each person. But for me, when I was growing up, I would cry, come home crying, and I would get mercilessly bullied at school because of this creepy smile that I had. And I didn't know why I was doing it. I would even massage my face. Sorry, my battery ran out. So, like I was saying, I would massage my face and even try to rest my elbow on the desk and go like this so I could turn it down, and it still didn't help. But yeah, I didn't know what that was, and I would make up excuse after excuse because I didn't know how to explain myself. And it was so cringe, and it was a nightmare experience, and not one of my best moments, I'll tell you that. Because if I had just told the truth, you know, maybe someone would have caught on to what it was, you know, but I didn't know what to do, and so I just made up excuses, you know, so yeah, you could be dealing with a spirit attachment or a negative entity, as they're called, either from past lives or haunted locations that you don't know are haunted, because a location can be haunted and go unnoticed for decades or centuries, because some ghosts are quieter, you know, or they disappear at certain times. Like my school was haunted only at a certain time of year for some ghosts that live there. A lady was, you know, in her head, you know, and she haunted the halls, the stairwells, I mean, that's what I think I heard, every time on a certain day of year, time of year, every day on a certain time of year, or however you say it. But yeah, they got spirit attachment removal meditations that you could do, or they have people like Rachel Stavis who can kill entities. So yeah, just some resources for you, and you can contact her through she is much cheaper, I'll say, than Vincent, the father priest, or whatever he's called. I forget his last name. I always forget his last name, but I know his first name is Vincent. He's about $500. Rachel Stavis is $300. It still costs something, but yeah, I don't have the money for that. So, and I've tried meditation. I cannot get my brain to go into that trance-like state because my brain is always on and never ending. Possibly because of my screen time or scrolling or my OCD or my ADHD, I don't know. But yeah, I gotta start practicing quieting my mind. And so I can get to that trance-like state, but it'd be easier just to go to Rachel Stavis, and I would have to have the money. So hopefully I'll set up a Venmo or a current that you can donate to, but right now I just can't do that. So anyway, that's it.